5 Bundesliga titles, 3 German Cups, and 2 European trophies. A club that brought out great talents like Marco Reus, and a club whose legends in the 70s like Günther Netzer were winning it all are now in last place in the Bundesliga with no wins after 7 games, with Bayern Munich coming up next, which I'm guessing will be a 4-goal battering at least by Harry Kane and Olise. Borussia Mönchengladbach are in trouble like they were back in 2007 when they got relegated. How do they recover from here? Can I bring back a historic German club to be successful again? Let's find out. But first, let's understand what is going on as we speak. We are looking at Gladbach in the 18th position, obviously, but you can tell they've conceded 15 goals this season so far. Only Werder Bremen and Eintracht Frankfurt have conceded more, but those teams are way above them. So clearly, defensively, we're facing some issues. It seems like Gladbach are currently set up in a 3-4-2-1, and the 3 at the back clearly ain't working anymore. So we are looking at Shuto Machino up top, a lovely name, Japanese striker, 26 years old at this stage. We're looking at Ulrich, who is a very talented left back / left midfielder who we can definitely build upon. And we're looking at Rocco Reitz as the biggest talent in this team. 23 years old, can basically do anything, has some amazing play styles on him as well. We will have to rely on him as the captain of this team, build that man up, and alongside him, build up the rest of this squad. Now, this is an interesting one. Chiarodia, this is someone that or I should say, my wife, as a friend who works together with the sister of this player. So, yeah, there we go. Chiarodia, 20-year-old Italian. I believe he plays for the Italian under 21s or whatever already. So let's see what happens to him. But clearly, not good enough because we're conceding too many goals at Gladbach. But generally speaking, I think we have to move away from this 3 at the back formation. It is not working. Something needs to change, and it needs to happen now. To shore things up at the back, I'm going to run a 5-4-1 formation, allowing us to really make sure the defense is set up properly. We have to avoid relegation, and that will only happen if we actually stop conceding as many goals. Tactically, I'm not even kidding. I'm going to run the park the bus to begin with. This is the first time I'm ever doing this, but we cannot let a legendary club like this get relegated. Ideally, I would like to set up like this with Kleindienst up top, a 30-year-old striker who also has the Enforcer Plus. He used to play at Heidenheim when they were doing quite well. And obviously, we're going to have Neuhaus. Basically, this is Rocco Reitz before Rocco Reitz. He was also a big talent at Gladbach, but never really made that big move away. We have Honorat on the right midfield position. On the left, it would probably be Hack once he's back from injury. You can tell there are a lot of injuries in this team. We have Kleindienst, we have Hack right there. And as we go down, Machino, Ngumu, Chiarodia, just too many injuries, and we're going to have to deal with it. But defensively, we're going to set up like this with Elvedi, Friedrich, and Dix. And then on the left back position, it's going to be Ulrich. And on the right back position, it will be Scally. And in goal, Nicolas. One talent worth mentioning is the fact that Gio Reyna has finally stopped his career at Borussia Dortmund and has joined the other Borussia team in Germany. He's 22 years old. We can try and build him up. Honorat is currently 29, so Gio has the chance of taking over that position. Or I can move him onto the left-hand side and use him there. That is an option for us. And then the other big talent is Netz, actually. This guy is a huge talent, in my opinion, and hopefully we can find a way to fit him into the team as well, whether it be as a left midfielder or left back. We'll see. There's a battle between talents going on that left-hand side for us. Since we are already in October, there won't be any transfers to begin with. But once the January transfer window comes around, we can maybe use the 20 million euros we have. And to understand this team even better, I'm taking them up against Bayern Munich myself to see what I can do. The game started off with Harry Kane just running through 3 defenders and bouncing off the other one, making it look so easy as he scores the first goal for Bayern Munich right there. Then it was attack after attack from Bayern, but I had my moments too. Kleindienst in the 61st minute puts away the defender and just goes for the shot, but obviously Bayern's defense won't be beaten that easily. It's the 86th minute. Kleindienst over to Honorat, who tries his luck, but Neuer is still too good. And we lost against Bayern Munich like they will do in real life too, I assume. We might have lost against Bayern Munich. That's fine. It's the best team in the league, and it's going to take us some time to actually challenge them for the title. But the tactical changes have worked. 9th position, 46 points on Gladbach. Last season in real life, they actually finished 10th. So this is technically progress after a horrible start to the season. So I'm actually mad proud of this achievement. At the top of the league, we have Bayern Munich on 83 points. That's going to be a team that we will have to challenge at some point. It's going to be hard to do, but hopefully we'll get there soon enough. Let's check out the team. Actually, before we do that, Harry Kane top scorer, but here it is. Tim Kleindienst, the striker, has gotten 16 goals for us in 27 games, has done a great job for the team. And Rocco Reitz, the captain, has the most assists in the league alongside Girassi. So the 5 at the back has clearly worked, but we can improve this even more moving forward, and maybe we'll actually keep this. Maybe this is just how we play from now on, but nonetheless, the team has a bunch of aging players like Friedrich, Elvedi and stuff, but we're going to fix that down the line. For now, I'm actually pretty happy with what's happening in this entire squad. I think there are easy improvements that we can make. The question is, though, can we do it with the money that we have? We did have about 18, 19 million going into the season. I didn't feel like we could really improve the team too much, so I didn't make any transfers in the first year. Performance-wise, it was Kleindienst, but then also Robin Hack performing really well alongside Honorat and, of course, Rocco Reitz. One big issue, Moritz Nicolas, the goalkeeper, was purchased for about 9 million by Feyenoord. He was 76 rated. We were given about 33.5 million for the new season. So I thought, let's bring back the number 1. It is Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who once played for Borussia Mönchengladbach, where he looked good enough for Barcelona to pick him up. But now he is only rotting away on the bench at Barcelona. The fans don't want to see him again in that starting 11, and Garcia has clearly overtaken. So ter Stegen is looking for a new home, and we brought him in with an 86 rating. And that is a huge upgrade considering I only paid 11 million for the 34-year-old goalkeeper to return into this team. I feel like if I make the right signings for this starting 11, we can truly try and push for a European spot this season. And so another return to Bundesliga football, a former Hoffenheim defender who's been playing for Newcastle United for a long time. It is Fabian Schär now joining us. The man from Switzerland is now coming in for Marvin Friedrich plus 7 million with a rating of 81. I am actually going to be building on experience at the back to start off with, and we're going to have youngsters built up behind it. I normally don't necessarily go for experienced players, and you guys keep asking for it, so I thought this was the perfect chance to do so. Fabian Schär, 81 rated, 34 years old. If he goes down to like a 77, that's still one of the better centre-backs in the team. So I'm hoping I'm making the right decisions right here, and I'm actually going to go for a left centre-back as well. But first, I think I need to sell some players. Some big things happened after signing ter Stegen. Scally, his release clause has been activated by Eintracht Frankfurt. It's a player I didn't want to sell, but he has left us, which sucks. German division and the Spanish division always have these release clauses that catch you off guard. Anyways, Sander was sold, Dix and also Stöger and Swansara and also Ngumu, Ranos, all these guys have left, taking our budget up to around 44 million. Now I have to find a new right back and also fix the rest of the team. Now that we have a bit of money, I'm spending it on a centre-back that isn't necessarily aging. We are bringing in Costa from Villarreal, a man that plays for Sierra Leone. I think I could be completely wrong here. I'm trying to interpret his flag, but you guys will surely let me know in the comments that I'm wrong. But he comes in at a 78 rating now into that left centre-back position for me. Actually, I could put Shea in there, but I guess I won't. Costa comes in now at a 78, 25 years old, so not necessarily a youngster here. 6'3" with the long ball pass on him as well. Is that the flag that I'm thinking of? Anyways, let me know in the comments. What I've actually done now is I've turned Ulrich into a right back because he has a 4-star weak foot. I thought, instead of wasting my money on that position because I have two really young and good fullbacks, let's just play them both. So Ulrich is going to play on the right and Netz is going to play on the left. And for Ulrich, what I'm going to do in terms of tactics now is to do the right thing. Because he's left-footed, The only way to use him in here is to use him as an inverted wingback. That's the only way to do it. The only right way, especially if he is left-footed. For the center midfield to back up Neuhaus and possibly become a very important player for Gladbach, we're going in for a young lad in the name of Luis Leroux. He is joining us from Nantes, 7.4 million. Not a lot of money. He's 73 rated, so not necessarily the highest rated player either, but he has some really nicely balanced stats. He's left-footed, which is perfect because I want to use him in that left center midfield position at some point. Neuhaus used to be a big talent. He had his chance. It didn't really work out. So, I mean, he's still a professional player in the Bundesliga. He's earning tons of money, so he's fine. But people expected him to become a lot more than this. But Leroux is the future of this team, possibly alongside Kastrup, who's also a decent talent, by the way. I keep building it up and they keep knocking us down. Gio Reyna, his release clause has been triggered for 17.1 million. And as you guys know, negotiating contracts is nearly impossible at times. So I couldn't do anything right here. It's worse than it ever was, but I guess we'll just see it as an additional challenge today. There's an interesting left winger over in the Dutch league, playing for Utrecht, a squad that has brought out a couple of interesting talents, and this is Johan Katlin, now joining into our team for 24 million because Gio Reyna has obviously left. Comes in at a 78 rating, same as Hack. I didn't want to replace Hack straight away because all these playstyles that he has and the experience that he has is going to come in quite handy. But Katlin is going to be taken over at some point. He's 24 years old, 87 pace on him, 5'9" with the whipped pass. So if you do have a tall striker like Kleindienst up top who can head the ball really nicely, that's going to be a great combination. So Katlin, welcome to the squad. Well, I thought we would improve, but I was kind of wrong. We finished this season in the 10th position with 50 points. That's not good enough. We should have done better considering we brought in experience and high ratings. I guess that just shows that this team does struggle, but Kleindienst has outdone Harry Kane. That is impressive. As he's our lone striker, he's such an important part of this team at the age of 31. And in the assists, we do not see Reitz at all. Okay. Oh, there he is with 6. In the team, Ter Stegen has gone up, which is impressive. Scher has gone down. That was to be expected. Ulrich 78, Net 76. So we definitely are improving in that category. But then we look at Hack on a 78. Katlin is on the same rating now as a left midfielder. Leroux is on a 76. Same rating as Neuhaus, who is stagnating at the age of 30 right now. So I guess next season it is his time. So I'm very excited about that one. And when it comes to players that we loaned out, Fukuda has gone up to a 69. Chiarodia is now 74 rated. And Pereira Cardoso has gone up by +7 on a loan deal at Aberdeen. For the new season, we've been given about 32 million. And I think it's time to bring in a centre-back into this team that can take over from these aging players. The centre-back I'm going for is a talented player from River Plate, a club with so much passion. And he's coming across to Gladbach, which is going to be a level down from that for sure in terms of passion. 26 million I had to pay for Lautaro Rivero right here. An A rating for the player. He will take over from Elvedi initially. I think Elvedi will take over from Scher throughout the season because he will probably keep going down. So let me just make that change already. But Rivero comes in at 6'1", left-footed. So he goes into the left centre-back position. 23 years old. Decent pace and good defensive and physical stats. No play styles, but that is okay. This Argentine could be a big player for us. Now, ideally, what I want to see is I want to see Luca Netz push towards the 80. I want Ulrich to go past it. I need this defense to get stronger. And Leroux, if he can push towards the 80 as well, that would be perfect. Because I think then we will definitely finish in the top 7. And to make it there, well, I'm going to play against the other Borussia in the Bundesliga. It's Dortmund coming up against us right here. We're at their home ground, 32 minutes in. Good football. Kleindienst showcasing that strength. But the lack of accuracy nearly kills us. But Rocco Reitz is just on fire when it comes to recovering the ball from my opponents. Every single time I lose possession, that man is there to pick it up with pace and with a proper purpose. And that was actually my second goal. Luka Netz, the left back, scored in the 86th minute as our bench cleared and everyone started celebrating. A beauty from our left back, his only goal of the season in a game that we end up winning 2-0. Now I'm going to show you a truly unbelievable season. We have finished third with 68 points. Dortmund, 68. Bayern Munich, 68. We had the same amount of points as the champions in the division. Now, this is probably one of the worst seasons Bayern Munich will ever have, but I'm so impressed that we were able to compete and qualify for Champions League football. Now, when it comes to the German Cup, we are struggling right now. We haven't really made it too far. We actually got kicked out in round 2 against Freiburg. But going back into the Bundesliga right here, the top scorer is going to be... Ooh, Hack has 13. That's nice to see. Anyone else? Honorat on 16. Yes. Oh, Ostraka is not part of it this time. Assists. Leroux and Reitz. Hold on a second. Did someone... No, okay. He's still there. Maybe Kleindienst just didn't perform as well this time around. He's 32, by the way. And because he has performed so well as a specific archetype of player, which is a tall, strong player who's good in the air and can hold off defenders, I definitely want to bring in someone that can replicate that for this team. I don't want this team to completely readjust to a new type of striker. So we're going to go for someone next season. But generally speaking, Rivero, Costa, I'm happy. Netz up to an 80. Ulrich 81. That's exactly what I wanted to see, and it has happened. Ter Stegen on an 86 rating. I'm thankful that he's doing so well for us. Kathleen is fighting against Hack for that position. He's now 25. He needs to step it up as soon as possible, or he won't ever get that spot. Good thing is, going into the new season, we have Cardoso coming back. 22 years old, 78 rated. He looks pretty much ready to take over from Ter Stegen when the time comes, so I'm very excited about that. We have Chiarodia on a 76 right now and Fukuda on a 72. Now, Chiarodia, I was expecting a bit more growth to actually put him straight away into that starting 11. So now I'm finding myself in a weird spot where I feel like I'm just going to have him turn into a backup centre-back for now. Maybe he can fight for a position, but I need someone strong in that centre-back spot to replace Elvedi. Some deals have gone through. Kleindienst sold for 35 million and Elvedi for 14.6. But for whatever reason, the budget has not changed. I think I had an unexpected event that I just skipped past, which probably said that any player I sell, the money doesn't come into the budget. So I've let go for players for 50 million. And have not made a single penny off of it. Mate, that was a bad choice. I shouldn't have skipped the unexpected event. I was just watching something and I was like, just skipped it. Mate, what am I doing? This is on me. And so, a giant is joining us as the new number 11, reminding me a little bit of Markus Thuram, who used to be a Gladbach player as well before he moved to Inter. This is Chrysanthus Uche, joining us from Crystal Palace. A player who I've actually never seen play, so if you guys have anything, any information on him, let me know, because he seems to have a decent rating and high potential. So he comes in because obviously at Crystal Palace, Mateta plays. So yeah, Uche, 25 years old, 6'3", press-proven, relentless, and enforcer. He doesn't have the aerial abilities that Kleindienst had, but let's take a look at his jumping. 88. Oh, this guy's gonna dominate. He should be amazing in the air. What's his heading accuracy? Heading accuracy 86. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely whipping crosses on top of his head with Hack or Kathleen, who has now overtaken. Finally, buddy. That was needed. Now I need to sort out the centre-back position with the rest of my money. The downfall has begun and hopefully has ended. Bayern Munich win the title with 77, and we're nowhere near the top 6. We're actually 7th with 57 points. I'm really disappointed. This is something I did not expect. I thought we did well with the signings. The top scorer in the league is Lookman for Bayern Munich. And for us, well, nothing. Wow, Uche, 13 goals in 34 games. He hasn't settled. He's gone up to an 87 though. He's ridiculously good. What's the issue? I don't know what the problem is. I guess it's good to see that Chiaradia has gone up to a 79, so he's growing, but I didn't have the money to bring in another centre-back. It wasn't enough. Now, what I need to focus on is replacing players like Honorat. He's 32 years old right now, and we need to find replacements for him. So, lads, this upcoming transfer window is possibly one of the most important ones. And on top of it, Neuhaus, Scheer, and Omlin are leaving us with their contracts running out. First up, we're signing Finn Jeltsch from Stuttgart. One of the biggest talents in Germany right now when it comes to the centre-back position. Seems like he moved over to Arsenal. We got him for about 37 million. And he's rated 80. So obviously it is competition for Chiaradia, but I'm happy that overall we have been able to bring in such a good talent into the team. He has 82 pace, he has 80 defending, 80 physicality, 6'2" tall, and for whatever reason it says he's 57 rated. Yeah, we gotta fix that glitch. For 65 million at the age of 32. The replacement is going to be a right midfielder from Brazil. He plays with Ronaldo. It is Angelo joining into our team for Robin Hack plus 18.7 million, leaving us with a nice budget to play with of 50 million in total. Now, we are getting him at an 82 rating, which obviously isn't ridiculous, but 85 pace, 80 passing, 83 dribbling, 5-star skill moves, technical play style on him. And as I see that technical play style, I've seen so many Ultimate Team players complain about the gameplay update. Let me know how you guys feel about it in career mode. I haven't felt anything necessarily yet, but we'll see what happens there in the upcoming days. But this team now is looking very good, and I'm just thinking, where do I spend 50 million? Maybe I go for another centre-back and turn Jeltsch into a backup? I don't know. So now I'm going in for backups. Forget new centre-backs. It is Sirik Iri. I don't know how I pronounce his name. I'm so sorry, guys. Probably the first one I don't feel very comfortable. Is it like Siriak Iri? Or Siriak Irie? Because it has the line at the end of the E. Anyways. He's joining us right now, lads, as a right midfielder who's going to back up Angelo and put pressure on him. 24 years old, 4 play styles, which I love to see. Aerial Fortress. Oh, yeah, 6'1". Wow, okay, that's a good signing, you know. I still have about 25 million to spend. And Ter Stegen's backup, Pereira Cardoso, is going up nicely. He's only 23. Maybe next season he takes over. And one last signing for this season is Caleb Yerenki, 20 million from Real Salt Lake, from the MLS team. He's joining us, and he's actually exactly valued at 20 million. That is great. Now, let's quickly go into the squad and show you this man's stats. I was pretty impressed when I saw that he was available here. So he has a 78 rating, 5'11". Everything is above 70. So basically, if we can build this guy up, he could genuinely be a ridiculous Ghanaian center midfielder for us. I really hope he has the same haircut in the game. If he does, he's already my automatic favorite in the team. And well, it's time to test ourselves in a Conference League finale. Yes, that's how far we have made it against Atalanta this time. Let's see how this one works out. Well, it started off with a decent attacking chance for our opponents. Right here, Bellanova running down the right. Our defenders not in position, and we could have easily conceded, but luckily we did not. The game continued. 92nd minute. Now Angelo down that right-hand side whips the cross in. We get the ball back with Rocco Reitz over to Leroux and into Kathleen, who scores in the last minutes of the game. The bench is clear once again as we celebrate a huge moment in a European final. Borussia Mönchengladbach have won the UEFA Cup twice in their history, and now we have added the Conference League on top of it. And that wasn't the only thing we have won. Yes, finally Bundesliga champions. 73 points, only 1 loss, 13 draws, which is an insane amount of draws. Only Frankfurt had more, 17 of them. But the fact that we only lost one game gives me hope. Top scorer? Who is at the top? Kathleen is down there, all the way at the top. Uche with 20. He's joint top scorer. In the assists, we have Angelo, first season in. So the Conference League victory might have been a good one for us. This 5 at the back is looking nearly world-class by now. Ter Stegen will be overtaken by Pereira Cardoso next season, I would assume. But if he wants to keep playing, I'm fine with it. He's 85 rated. I want to start off the new season with a shout-out to Frankfurt. Why? Because they have beaten us to the Bundesliga title with 82 points. Never would have thought that they would be competing for this. I thought it was going to be Bayern Munich or anything like it. But I guess Frankfurt were just a better team. And hey, Lookman and Uche are the top 2 scorers. 2 Nigerian players. We love to see that. And in the assists, it's Lookman at the top. He's clearly the best player of the season. But Bayern Munich were not the best team of the season. Because when we go into the Champions League, you'll find us in the 8th position on 17 points. In the round of 16, we beat Arsenal 3-0. Quarterfinals, Liverpool. Semi-finals, it was Barcelona to now face Manchester City. An amazing row of opponents that we have been able to beat, which I find incredible. But the top scorer is Kathleen for us this season. Our left midfielder has done a great job. For the assists, we don't really have anyone in there. Okay, Leroux is in there. And I have to admit, it was fun playing with this team until now with the 5-4-1 formation, which really relies heavily on one striker doing all the heavy lifting. It's a tough formation to play with, but defensively, they're super solid. And now, Cardoso has taken over. He's up to an 87. Ter Stegen is on an 84. Chiaradia has gone up to an 86 on the bench. And we still have Fukuda right here who can back us up if needed with other players like Irenki and Iri as well. So I'm happy with the starting 11. And I'm happy with the fact that he has 37 goal contributions. That man right there has 36. He has 22, 20 right there, 17 on Angelo. And to finish things off, they're going to be taking on Manchester City with Mbappe and Haaland. Oh my God, that's different level. All right, so Haaland isn't playing. It's Mbappe on the pitch for them, which is quite interesting, I guess. But that also means in the second half, a tall Norwegian could be subbed on for this team, which might just be even scarier. So let's make sure we take the lead as soon as we can, but Uche's being surrounded by 50 people there. Maybe the 5-4-1 might not work against this team. Johnny Reinders, good ball. Mbappe just sprinting through. I'm switching players. What am I doing? I should have just chosen one to attack him. I just opened up big time and allowed Mbappe to run through. What a silly goal to concede. Oko. Angelo, far post, Uche, nope, not quite. Rodri finally loses it, and this could be an opportunity if we do it the right way. Uche, run. The Dutch defender, put aside, Uche, 1-1, there we go. The Beba spin barely ever works unless the defender commits to a tackle these days. I'm glad he did. Mbappe's just looking for an opportunity to run through, but luckily our defense is very much aware of the situation. Over into the center. Sending Ulrich on a run now to support Angelo. But that also opens up the space now as we do go down to the left. Cut back across. Find Reitz. Into Uche. Over to Angelo. Into Reitz again. He has space to shoot. It's an awful shot, but I thought that was in. Oh no, Mbappe through. 85 minutes in. Kylian Mbappe. Yes, huge save. Rocco picks it up and we get very lucky there. Leroux down to Kathleen. Uche, get in there. Head up from Uche, saved. That's me again, and it is going into extra time. And the good thing is, Uche and Reitz have the relentless plus at this stage, so even if we do go into extra time, they will have the stamina advantage over this Man City team. Ooh, Kathleen, big steal. 95th minute. Van der Brink is not inside. That means Uche might have a chance to score a header. Second half of extra time, I'm making some changes. Jirenki, Iri or Irie, whatever his name is, and Chiaradia coming on now. Please do not score against me here, City. How am I not getting the ball? Lads, I don't like this. Kostula subbed on instead of Haaland. Big save by Pereira Cardoso. That could have been it. We're going into penalties. First one, Angelo, saved. I knew it. Nuno Mensch, doesn't he usually go bottom right? No. Uche, I'm going full power top right. Thank you. Pereira, I need you. Postula subbed on instead of Haaland. I don't know how that makes sense, but he scores. Rocco. Saved. Saved? Scored. Come on, Cherki. Oh, hits the post. Let's go. The Nigerian left mid scores. Nipan goes to the right. Perfect pen. Yelch. Ooh, that's a lot of power. Scores. Save this and we are winning the Champions League. Nico Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez misses. Pereira Cardoso has won Gladbach the Champions League trophy. That is our 4th European title. We doubled their tally in Europe. And so the champions of Europe are celebrating in between their fans. The city is happy once again, out of the relegation zone, and a couple of years later at the top of European football. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. That was a ton of fun to record. Gladbach, I wish you all the best. Hopefully you do not get relegated this season. Have a good one, guys. Take care and peace.